Alright guys, so this is day 3 of the review. This is what we'll be covering in Mr. Laredo's class. And so, like I said, he's helping me out today, but I'm going to go through these problems here as well. So, this one is a equation for an ellipse. So here they pretty much tell you, I know this is very blurry, but which of the following standard form equations of an ellipse, so here they straight up tell you it's an ellipse, with a measured axis length of 6 and a focus of foci at 3, 3, 3 and negative 1, 3. Okay, so I went ahead and just gave you guys here the graph. Okay, so they tell me the major axis length is 6. So again, these are going to be, before we start here, this is like number 41 and 42 in your worksheets. Okay, so 3 things that I need here. Center is 1, major, and minor. Okay, so what we need to remember, this goes for the hyperbola as well, is the vertex is on the major axis. Okay, well, the focus and the vertex are on the major axis. So keep that in mind. So when I start looking at this, okay, here they didn't tell me anything, but the focus here is, well, let's start with the major axis. If the major axis length is 6, that means my A value, okay, this is the length from vertex to vertex. So the major value is half of that. From the center to the vertex is what I'm looking for. So my A value, if the whole thing's 6, my major is 3. Okay, so now we'll use the other information. Foci at 3, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I know this is kind of small. So at 3, 3, there's a focus. And the other one's at negative 1, 3. So negative 1 and then 1, 2, 3. Another focus. Negative 1, 3. So with this one here, guys, I want to know what's this distance here, the whole thing. So this is 1, 2, 3. There's 4 little squares here, which means the center is going to be in the middle. Okay, so remember this, I know that my focus and my vertex lie on the major axis. So this is the major axis right here. This is the x direction. Okay, and my center is going to be in the middle of the focuses. So this point right here is positive 1 and 3. So that's my center at 1 and 3. So the other thing they give me here, okay, that means from the center I go 1, 2, 3. This is my vertex. This would be my other vertex. Okay, remember this value from the center to this focus, this 1, 2 value, that's my C. So that's not my minor, just C is equal to 2. And from what we cover in my class, if you've already been in there, or what you're going to see again, is going to be my equation for the relationship between focus and vertex is this right here. For an ellipse, is a squared equals b squared plus c squared. So here, 3 squared equals b squared plus c squared. I guess I should put parentheses. So 9 is equal to b squared plus 4. So minus 4. Minus 4. B squared is equal to 5. So b is equal to square root of 5. So b equals square root of 5. Okay. So to finish off my equation here, guys, remember my ellipse, they start off like this: x minus h, y minus k, be a plus sign between them. So what I want to decide, where's the x and the a and the b, so we already know that the major is the x direction, so a, so the a squared goes down here. Okay, so here x, my center's at 1, so minus 1 squared, a squared, so 3 squared is 9, plus y minus 3 squared over b squared. So if I were to square this thing, it would just be 5, so this is just 5 equals 1. So that one is like x minus 1, y minus 3. This one right here. Answer C. Okay. So, moving on over here. Okay, guys, now I'm doing a hyperbola. So they straight up tell us determine the standard equation for hyperbola. So they tell it's a hyperbola. Center is at negative 1, 3. So and the focus is at negative 1, negative 22, and a vertex at negative 1, negative 27. Okay, so this one's going to go a little bit off the paper, and that's okay. So my center is at negative 1, positive 3. So 1, 2, 3. This is my center. Negative 1, positive 3. They told me that my focus is at negative 1, negative 22. So at negative 1, and I mean, this is way too big, so I'm just going to put it over here anyway. So this is my focus. Okay, I'm sorry. Should go down. Negative 1, negative 22. So this is my focus. So I'm sorry, guys, this is not up here. And so remember, the distance between here and the focus, that's really what I care about. I really don't really care about anything else. What's the distance between here and there? So this is going to be negative 22. My C value is what I'm finding here, is negative 22 minus 3. So take this as a second point, negative 22 minus 3, there is 25 units here. So I know it says negative 25, but this is 25 units. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. My vertex is at negative 1, positive 27, so it's going to be somewhere way up here. Vertex is negative 1, 27. So from here, from the center to my vertex, so from the center to the vertex, that's my A value. So what I'm finding here is A. That is equal to 27 minus 3. So it's 24. Okay, so this is my A, this is my C. Alright, so if I want to make the graph here, this is, the equation. I'm going to need my center, I need my major, I need my minor. So remember, the major does not have to be the big number here. It has to be, where is it positive, which direction is it moving. So if I look at this, guys, this is moving in the y direction, so the major is moving in the y direction, and my A value, we already found it, is 24. My minor value, I don't know what it is, and I have C, I don't have B. My center, they told us, was at negative 1, 3. Okay, so we're going to use that relationship again, but now for hyperbola, this is C squared equals A squared plus B squared. So my C value is 25 squared equals 24 squared plus B squared. So this is 225 or 25 squared. I don't know what 24 squared is. We'll do it off here to the side. 24 times 24, so this is 16. 4 times 2 is 8, 96. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 476. Oh, this is not 225. That's for 15 squared. Ooh, I don't know what it is either. Okay, so let's do this again. 25 squared. 10, 12. $625. So this is going to be 625 equals 476 plus B squared. I don't know why these numbers are so big. That's crazy. 476. So minus 476 minus 476. 11, 11 is 4. This is 576, I'm sorry. Okay, so this equals 49, I'm sorry. So B squared equals 49. Okay. Now, from here, that means B is square root of 49. Okay. So my minor over here, B is equal to square root of 49. Okay. So finish off my equation here. X minus h, this one squared, y minus k, this one squared. So this, since this was moving in the y direction, this was the major, that means this one's positive and this one's negative. A squared over here, B squared over here. So start plugging in numbers here, guys. I have negative x minus 1, so this plus 1. Y minus 3 squared. My B is square root of 49, so it's going to be square root of 49 squared, and this is going to be 24 squared. Okay, so that means that this is going to be negative 1. Okay, negative x minus plus 1 squared over, here they cancel, 49, plus y minus 3 squared over 576 equals 1. Now, if you look at all these problems, guys, none of them have the negative in front. Okay, so this is the same answer. You would rewrite it y plus 3, excuse me, y minus 3 squared over 576 minus x plus 1 over 49 equals 1. And this is square 2. So that's the same as B. Okay, so last one's here. Okay, not too hard. Identify the conic section. So again, guys, we already went kind of through the ellipse and the hyperbola. Okay, the other two are the circle and the parabola. So this one's easy. This one's just one square term. The circle, this is two square terms, same sign, and same coefficient. Hyperbola is two square terms, different signs. And the ellipse was two square terms and the same sign. Different coefficients. So they won't ask you about the circle, guys, so don't worry about that one. But if I look at this one, I only have one square term, this x squared. There's no y squared in here, so that makes this a parabola. Okay. Here I have two square terms, so I can't be a parabola. Automatically it's not a parabola. Here they're both, we look at the signs in front, this is a plus, this is a plus. So this is not a hyperbola because it's not a negative sign. So look at the numbers in front, they're two different ones, so this is an ellipse. Okay, this one right here, okay, two square terms, so not a parabola. Plus sign, so it's not a hyperbola. So this one's going to be same coefficient in front, so this one is a circle. Okay, this one two square terms, so it's not a parabola. Looking at the signs, this one's negative, this one's positive, so this makes this a hyperbola. Okay, so guys, you can figure out the rest over here on your own. So this is all the review for today, Friday. Okay, there's a few more answers. There's a few more questions still left. This one right here, this is like what you see on numbers 45 through 50, and I'm sorry guys, I didn't tell you over here on these. This one is like number 43 and 44. Okay, so guys, study, and if you have questions, go ahead and ask me today in my classroom if you haven't seen me. If you have questions, just go ahead and come to me anyway. So ask questions, please.